Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. I'm Dina Hanifia Ulia from the class, and here I'm gonna present about the result of my research under the title Ecocritical Analysis of the short story The Beer by William Faulkner. Well, nowadays the relationship between humans and nature is increasingly critical due to uncontrolled exploitation. Literature is often an important means of conveying social and ecological criticism. In the short story, The Bear, William Faulkner depicts the destruction of nature and the relationship between humans and the environment through strong symbolism. The study aims to identify the forms of ecological criticism in the short story and how Faulkner conveys a message about the importance of maintaining a balanced ecosystem. Ecocriticism as an approach in literature that focuses on environmental issues. Faulkner used this approach in The Beer. Unlike other works, Faulkner presents natures as a living characters and depicts environmental destruction in them. This ecological criticism is conveyed through environmental description, characterization, and symbolisms, such as such as the figure of Old Band, a large beard, the large beard that represent nature. This research used narrative analysis method with ecocritical theory from Greg Garrett, and the data was collected through intensive reading for the short stories, identifying relevant ecological symbolism and themes. Symbols such as the forest and the characters of Old Band are analyzed to see how Faulkner portrays nature as a vulnerable yet resilient and tidy. Resilient and tidy. And based on the background of the problem that occurred, I formulated the research question in this research. The first research question is what are the forms of ecological criticism contained in the short story The Bee by William Faulkner? And the second one is and in the second one is William Faulkner how William Faulkner form of and the second one is how the form of ecological criticism is conveyed by William Faulkner. Well, uh, for the analysis in the first research question, for the result of the first research question, as I got four forms of uh forms of ecological criticism. The first one is ecological criticism of humans' exploitation of nature. In this short story, the forest and old bend symbolize nature suppressed by human ambition. For example, the narrative, the dumb wilderness whose edge were being constantly and painfully gnawed by man with axes and plows, shows the effort of humans who keep gnawing the forest with tools such as axes and plows, and depicting the gradual destruction of nature for profit. The forest is described as cursed, and suggesting that this overexploitation also threatens human survival. Others narratives such as uh, Shodan and even rebel charges delivered at point blank range and with no more effect than so many peace blown through a tube avoid the fake man's failure to conquer nature, showing the invisible power of nature despite modern technology. And also the second one is ecological critique of nature's right to be free. The critique is shown throughout the characters of Oldman as a symbol of free and independent natures. The old bear solitary, indomitable, and alone widower, childless, and absolved of mortality. Uh, this indomitable and alone that shows nature is depicted as something sacred and precious which should not be disturbed by humans, and despite by being threatened by humans, facing by humans, and nature retains in strength and value. And this is reinforced by the narrative No, so this next one is no more effect that so many peace blows through a tube by boy, and which emphasize the natures has the power and right to survive beyond human control. So the third one is ecological critique of moral values and respect for nature. Faulkner also highlight the importance of courage and respect for nature. Some fathers dialogues such as just like man, this one emphasize the courage as constant coexisting with nature and not conquering else, and the boys as the story choose not to shoot old band in showing respect and acceptance of nature not as an enemy. And the instance you will have to choose emphasize the moral choice but one domination and respect for nature and reflecting the value of courage and respect for nature as a free and tidy. So the third one is an ecological critique of the use of technology that distance humans from nature. And thus firms Faulkner criticized human dependence on technology that creates distance between humans and nature's narratives such as the and the and the sentence of this one. He was traveling now, not only by the old heavy biscuit ticking silver watch which had belonged to his grandfather. It was the watch, the compass, the stick, the three lifeless mechanicals with which for 9 hours he funded of the high hang the watch and compass carefully on a bush and learned the stick beside them. Relinquished completely to it. I highlight this where the three lifeless mechanicals with which for 9 hours he had funded the wideness of, and it shows that tools such as clocks and compasses that make the man feel safe but distant him from the nature. So beside that, when the boy give up these tools, Faulkner depicts that the change from the dependence of technology to a nature connection with nature, suggesting that true connection with nature can only be felt by giving up dependence on artificial tools. So for the result, for the second research question as in brief, how the form of ecological criticism is conveyed by William Faulkner. In brief, William Faulkner in the short story The Prairie used literary techniques such as symbolism, personification, hyperbole, and narrative description to convey ecological criticism, albeit a huge bear that cannot be defeated. Defeated symbolized the independent and uncontrollable power of nature. Although humans, as modern weapons, they are still unable to subdue this powerful and sacred nature. And through personification, nature is portrayed as personification. Nature is portrayed as having a destiny and the right to live freely, while hyperbole emphasize the powerlessness of humans before the power of natures. And also the narrative description shows the devastating effect of humans' exploitation on the environment, while reflecting dialogue conveys that the relationship between humans and nature should be based on understanding and respect. Through this technique also, Faulkner invites readers to reflect more wisely on man's relationship with natures. So from the result of this result and discussion, we can conclude that William Faulkner in the Bear successfully confessed a deep ecological critique of the relationship between humans and nature through symbolism such as Oakbane, detailed narratives about exploitation of natures and reflective dialogue. And Faulkner also portrays natures as a sacred independent entity that has the right to live freely. Although humans try to conquer nature with modern technology, the power of nature remains unwavering. Teach and greedy humans' effort will only damage the balance of the ecosystem. And this research finds that Faulkner not only exposes the negative impact of humans' exploitation but also emphasizes the importance of respecting and understanding nature. With literature techniques such as personification, hyperbole, he invites readers to consider the behavior towards the environment in the period. By Faulkner also asserts the maintaining the balance between humans and nature is an important and urgent moral responsibility. Okay, I think that's all from me. Thank you. Thank you so much for your nice attention, and I apologize for the inconvenience during my presentations. See you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.